I'm Vercoil, and this is Amnesia, The Dark Descent, Part 2. And there's notes. The lack of a chimney to properly vent the fumes from my most recent experiments has taken its toll on many of my less stable ingredients in storage. Some seem unaffected, but many are stained by the fumes and will be difficult to salvage. I shall do what I can and move them to the wine cellar. Apparently the wine cellar. J for journal. Was that a note? Yes. Chemical relocation. Alright, what was I doing? Yeah, I realised as I was booting up my recording device that I'm literally gonna miss the long and lengthy lore tabs from Canarium that I got to read myself, because those were very interesting things they were. Well, there's a thing in there. Can I have that? Yay. Crouch please, thank you. So when I just found that one, literally just then, as I was thinking it, I was quite happy. This is my third attempt to produce artificial vitae. The former compounds lack the potency I need, but I sense I'm close. Calamine and orpiment are a given, and the cuprite binds them well. This time I will attempt aqua regia instead of the aqua fortis in hopes it will produce a more even solution. The experiment was unsuccessful. The solution is highly acidic and proves impractical to put to any use except as a detergent. Organic tissue reacts especially violently to the solution and should be handled with the greatest care. I might be able to use the recipe, but I'm losing hope that I will find an alchemic solution to my predicament. I don't know what your predicament is, but... So... Cuprite, calamine, and orpiment. Now these open, right? Yep. Oh, hello. Get out of the way. Ooh. Whoa! One day I will return. If it wasn't for the thought of you, my love, I wouldn't be able to go on. When I find myself doing terrible things, I take comfort in you. As long as I am able to think of you and long for a life together, I know I'm better than the others. I weep for them. They lust for power without restraint, or only crave fair judgment and a safe return. What is that? What was that? Can you not? That'd be lovely. Laughing and sobbing and stuff. Okay, moving on to the chemical storage that was in the wine cellar. Thought I saw a shape and I immediately panicked. I mentioned I'm not good with horror. Oh boy. Yeah. He fell to the kitchen floor. Tears were beginning to well in his eyes as he received the final kick in his stomach. Hazel remained hidden, in fear she too would be punished. That's lovely. That's real nice. It is locked and will not open without a key. Where's the key? Is it down? Possibly. Fabrica el quantoria. Fuck to find me. Open, please. Ugh. So that's what this is for. Ugh. Okay. That's what the acid's for. I thought the acid was for the goop on that door. So there's one other path to take at the moment, because I came from that way. This way leads back into the archives, but it is an open door. Hello? Haha, you sneaky little devil, you. Come here. Okay, so let's see what we can see. Travelling to Dover meant going through Canterbury. He made sure to pay a visit to avoid the sense of guilt connected with the neglect of family. It's Canterbury, isn't it? It's not Canterbury. The style has taken the architectural style has taken quite a turn. The catalogue room. Don't like the buzzing noise. Oh yay! That's lovely. How do I okay. It's the first time I've had to fuel that. Nothing. I'm sure moving things around senselessly is going to get me punked quite quickly. What have we got here? Wilhelm's contract. I hereby offer my full attention and services to Alexander, Baron of Brennenburg. This contract will reign for a total of 3 years when my freedom shall return to me. In addition, Alexander, Baron of Brennenburg, is to recommend my services at the Prussian royal court and within the sanctum of the Order of the Black Eagle. May no man break this seal. Wilhelm, House of Gerick. Wilhelm? Who art thou, Wilhelm? What bringeth thou to this hell hole? I'm going to hide in here. No thanks. So, I come here in the hopes of finding a key. I have a suspicion this is not the place to be looking for keys. Thanks.
16th of May, 1839. The unflinching African sun has continued to plague our expedition, making it impossible to dig until dusk. How Professor Herbert managed to find the location in these vast plains of nothingness remains a mystery to me. When I asked him about the tomb again, he told me about the legend of Tin Hanan, the mother of us all. An interesting story in its own right, but I can't help feeling there's more. Later that evening, we uncovered a passage beneath the dunes leading to a sand-covered stone structure. The professor was confident it was the tomb we sought and ordered the others to clear the way late into the dark, cold night. Tomorrow, I shall lead the men into the ancient structure, hoping to reach the burial chamber. No matter what the professor is keeping from me, the dig should yield something interesting to take back to London and the British Museum.
Well, that seemed like a fairly stereotypical researcher's view on the matter, I think. I recognize that noise. I recognize that noise. I do.
17th of May, 1839. My hands tremble as I write. I feel a need to document my tribulation, for I fear that my memory will fail me if I linger. Today, I took some men and ventured into the dark, ancient passage we uncovered. Our torches burned faintly in the murky air as we slowly made our way underground. The men were superstitious and fearful. They argued loudly, and I felt their strange language getting to me. I mustered my strength and yelled at them to continue down the slopes and broken steps.
Bit dickish.
The crudely carved passage confused me. It looked much older than the 4th century structure we had expected. The twisting path emerged into a great antechamber. The walls were lined with statues unlike any I'd ever seen. Despite their unearthly quality, I felt a strange familiarity toward them, which haunts me still. At the far end of the chamber, a great slab of stone sealed off whatever lay ahead. I gave the order to raise it, and as I pushed through the narrow space, the heavy stone suddenly dropped, sealing me inside. I was trapped.
Jeez. That's not good. Hello, I'll take that, and I'll also take this, because I heard the dulcet tones of the enemy. I heard the mooing of the fated foe. Nothing yet. There. What are you? It's giving me the shakes. I'm not happy about this at all. Not pleased. Come on. Why were you playing? Oh, don't do that to me. That's not it. Diaries. No. Must find a new way out of this area. Well, that's lovely, Daniel. Thanks for sharing. Alright. So according to the notes, Daniel's a dick to hired men. And I followed the mooing noise and have so far found a cave-in, which is great. Lovely. Thank you. I need all of these. Oh boy. So yes, this game is unsettling, to say the least. Definitely unsettling. Definitively and definitely. Definitely. Ah. Oh. Did you have to pass out when I picked up the thing? Daniel?
17th of May, 1839. After pounding the unforgiving stone wall for what seemed like an eternity, I realized it was hopeless. I was trapped. I fell to the ground, gasping for air, trying to focus. That's when I saw a faint blue shimmer. My weakened body was heavy to carry, but I managed to push myself toward the enchanting light. It was waiting for me. Enclosed in dark nothingness, I felt myself drawn to the mystic light. I reached out, closing it in my hands. The faint glow escaped my fingers and began to spark brightly and spirit me away, unlocking alien memories of spiraling towers, endless deserts, and impossible geometry. The next thing I can remember is the grating sound of stone being lifted, the voices of the Arabs pulling me to safety, and grasped firmly in my hands was the broken pieces of a most peculiar relic.
Look at some Lovecraftian crap going on here. Not breakable by hand. Ha! Ooh! Ah, can you stop blinding me?
You have to be swift when you activate the first one. You hear that? If it stops, you'll have to start over.
Isn't all this a bit excessive?
You can never be too careful, Daniel.
So this game, much like Canarium, seems to enjoy screwing with me. Which isn't bad per se, but it's unsettling, to say the least. Altstadt and Brennenburg Castle, 1801. Another region rich with lore is Altstadt, deep within the East Prussian woods. For centuries there have been stories surrounding the hamlet and its neighbour, Castle Brennenburg. The quiet, forest-clad mountains dressed with scattered lakes is as picturesque as can be, albeit the area is haunted by the dark. Ask any local and you'll hear proof of the widespread superstition. All travellers should indulge themselves in such conversations, since it will certainly serve as exciting entertainment. All of them have their own twists on the tales, but there are some motifs that keep reappearing. The Gatherers. This story reaches all the way back to the time of the 30 Years' War. It is said that soldiers who abandoned their duty got lost in the cold dark woods and were forever damned to roam the grounds. Their bodies wrought by their tainted souls... have left them disfigured and empty of essence. Many have cited them over the years and described them as horrid revenants. They move silently through the woods, shying away from any beholder. They are called gatherers as they seem to follow some ambition to steal living creatures. It is their prey which can be heard struggling inside damp burlap sacks dragged behind them which reveal their presence. What dark scheme do they follow? A visit undone. Heinrich Cornelius Agrippa, the well-known erudite, visited Altstadt at the start of the 16th century. He resided in the local inn for a fortnight as he looked for remnants of kingdoms past. During his stay, all the prominent members of society paid notice, and he is mentioned in many records of the time. One day he went to investigate a burrow in the northwestern glades, only to never be seen again. Heinrich is known to have passed away in Grenoble 10 years later. He dismissed the notion of ever visiting Altstadt, which makes you wonder what really happened. Who was this mysterious man who visited the sleepy hamlet in the woods, and what happened to him? The Immortal Baron. The Baron of Brennenburg lives a reclusive life with his family at his castle nearby Altstadt, and like most of those of noble birth, rumours are inherited alongside with the title. Researching the history reveals little before the castle was consumed by fire in the late 16th century. It was rebuilt by Alexander, a nobleman from the Rhinelands claiming the role as protector of the Prussian state. Alexander helped the region to flourish and remain popular throughout his presumed lifetime. The family has always been secretive when it comes to lineage and heritage. Therefore, the birth and death of Alexander and his offspring has never been fully recorded. This has fed the idea that the Baron is in fact the one and the same who came from the west over 300 years ago, lived through the time of occupation, and joined the coveted Order of the Black Eagle along with the great leaders of this country. Okay, so Alexander's immortal. Daniel wants to kill him after taking something that made him forget all his memories, and there is a puzzle here that opens a door, I assume by pulling certain books in a certain order. I probably missed something when I ran after the moose, the weird mooing moosey noise. And so here we are. I've been Vercoil, and this has been part 2 of Amnesia: The Dark Descent. That was hard to remember then. Leave a like if you liked it, dislike it if you didn't. Leave a comment. I do like comments, because I don't have any. And maybe subscribe, because I'm going to be playing Amnesia for a very, very long time at this rate. Thanks for watching.